it is the women's league. It's called Makom Beyachad, and it's basically they started as a place to say Kaddish.
You sent us the link, right?
I think so. I think so. I could send it again. Hold on. Let me get the link and I'll send it again.
It was
I'll
one of
send
the
it in an
first
email, so you have it in an email, because if I put it in the chat, then you have to copy and paste it for somewhere.
That was one thing I wanted to ask about. And the other thing, you were mentioning that you have a book where it tells you about, you know, like bet being open and your house should be open to all.
Oh, that's from the, it's from the, Kabbalah.
Oh,
So I could find the references and send them off to you guys.
that sounds very interesting. Like, I know there was a video I was listening to and it helped me. I don't remember the name of the rabbi doing it. It's like kaf is like a cane and ayin is like eyes looking at you. And he put it to song.
Oh,
It was helpful. And like mem is open, and if you spill the milk, you won't have any, it has like an opening with the
cute
milk coming out of the open end of the mem.
Gotcha. Who is that from? Who sings that?
He's a rabbi. I don't know. I can send you the link.
Yeah, send me the link. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. It helped me a lot. Lamdani helped me as well. When my son was at Maimonides, he was using Lamdani, and I kind of followed along, but you know, he knows so much more than I do.
Right. You know what, when you're immersed in it, or when you're younger, you know, before you're 12 years old, you soak it up like a sponge.
Mm.
Yeah, I wish I had better devices on how to remember some of the letters or whatever. I have a couple of tricks, but I should learn more.
I think you'll enjoy listening to this. I did. I liked it very much. It's elementary, but it hits home.
Right.
I don't want to try to do it now because I don't know how to.
No, don't do it now. When you reply to, when you see my recap email tonight, then you'll reply to it and
okay.
And sure. You can put it in there. That'll be easier. Okay. So I didn't take attendance. Hold on, let me do that.
Are we starting on page 41 today?
Yes, we are. We're going to start on page 41. Okay, so let's see here. So we don't have Beth, that's okay. But we have everyone else, that's great. Okay, so it seems like we have till, you know, page 75, and that might be a lot, but a lot of it is really just reviewing. We're going to learn new letters as we go along. We learned a few of them, you know, over the last 2 weeks when we were preparing for Passover, but we're gonna so some of the letters we've already learned we'll spend a little bit less time on, but really now it's about really getting you to be a little bit more fluent, if that's you know, if that makes sense, with you know, if you have a new letter, they're not going to coddle you to say, okay, let's do, you know, 2-3 letter words. They're going to try to challenge you with bigger words so that you can you know, broaden your vocabulary. So did we learn page 41? Did we learn the chet yet?
No.
Actually, I do have a question, Aris, regarding bet and vet.
Uh-huh.
You know, you write Shabbat with B, you know, B like this, or Shabbat. Do they do they have the same meaning, or what is that?
Yeah, they do have, they happen to, yes, have the same meaning. So let's say, I'm trying to think of when it's right. So if you go back to page 40, line 6, Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, right? It's part of the Kiddush.
Mhm.
So it's on the 7th day, you know, we rested our souls. So it is the same.
Mhm.
So
What was the question? What is the same?
if Shabbat with a bet is the same word as Shavat with a vet,
Oh,
right?
right. Yeah.
And you'll see a lot like Baruch or Varchu, that will be with, without the bet, that they are from the same thing. Like line 1, Hamevorach, that's the same. Or even if you go to line 2, Baruch Hamevorach, you know, blessed is the blessed one, you know. So a lot of those dots in the middle of the letters are grammatical, as opposed to, you know, and you pronounce them differently, but they are the same letter. So, you know, if you ever, if you have a, you know, a kid who's learning the Aleph Bet, they learn it Aleph Bet, Vet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, you know what I mean? And they go Kaf, Chaf, you know, because they kind of go together. They're not separate letters, really.
So you're saying Baruch HaMevorach. Then here it says Shabbat, Shavat. So what? So it's a different meaning, right? Shabbat and Shavat.
Shabbat and Shavat, I don't know if they have a different meaning, but they all have the same root word, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Right?
Is it like Ashkenazic and Sephardic or no?
No,
No.
the only Ashkenazic and Sephardi is that Taf and Saf,
Yeah.
that are different, but we pronounce them all Taf. So.
Okay.
Okay, so line 41.
Page
Who
41.
has a good ch and wants to read line 1?
I'll do line 1.
All right, Alice, go ahead.
Chamevorach.
Nope, to page 40 or page 41.
Where am I? Where am I?
think you're on
Oh, I'm
page
on 40. Oh,
I know,
oh,
we
oh.
were going over page 40, so.
Oh, you're at 41.
Yeah.
Okay. Line 1. Cha, cha, chi, cha,
Hey.
che, ho, hu, he.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Libby, line 2.
Chai, Chaim, L'chaim, Torah Chaim, El Chai.
Perfect. Lucero, line 3.
Challah, Lehem, Emnu, Hanukkah? No,
Nope, menucha.
Menucha.
And when it's the first letter and it has that shva, you're gonna pronounce that like
Menucha,
uh-huh.
Ehad.
Perfect. Terry, line 4.
In Hilanu.
Right, so that's a hard one. Hin chi lanu.
Hin, how, tanu,
Perfect.
tehila, ba, harta,
Perfect. Claire, line 5.
Be'ahava uvratzon hi hineni lanu.
Hin chi lanu.
In he lanu.
Perfect. Sharon, line 6.
Let's see, Ba'ahava,
Mhm.
Uvaratson, let's see, Hinhala, new,
Right. Hin tanu. Okay. Alice, you want to try line 7? It's a long one.
Okay, tehila, hu, yom, tehila, yom, tehila, le mik ra rai, le mikrai,
Le mikra a.
le mik le mikrae, ki Kidesh,
Kodesh.
Kodesh.
Yep. Right.
What does that mean? I know
So
Kodesh means-
Yom Techila Lemikra Kodesh is part of the Kiddush from Friday night. We're gonna get 2 pages from now, and we're gonna be doing the whole Kiddush,
Oh, nice.
right?
Good.
Right. So you remember
Right.
Yom Kihu Yom Techila Lemikra Kodesh. That's where that comes in the Kiddush.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Libby, line 8.
Vacharta, vanu, vacharta, vanu, vacharta, vaotanu, kidashta.
Beautiful. Lucero, line 9. There's 2 sections. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know if they're the same thing, but go ahead. Do both.
Okay. Veshavat. Kadosh. No. Kadesho.
Uh-huh.
And the other side, no?
Yeah, do the other side.
Veshavat. Kadesho. Kadesho.
Kadshecha.
Kadsho.
And now do the left side. Sorry. So there's this box, right? Line 9 is the right side, and then the left side.
Yeah, I did both.
The left side is Veshabat Kadshecha,
Kad-
right? And the
Kadshecha.
left side is Veshabat Kadsho.
Oh, Kadsho. And this one
Right.
is Kadsheha. Kadsheha.
Right. Okay, Terry, you could do 10 and 11 because I think 10's the same on both sides.
ahava, U Ratzon. Should I read the left side anyway?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Ba ha ba U Ratzon.
Perfect.
He Hilanu. Hin How Tanu.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to throw a little bit of a wrench. It's not in the book, and I'm not exactly sure how this book handles it. There are certain times where, like on line 9, the word kadsho, where that little plus sign is called the kamatz. And if you look sometimes in a Siddur, you'll see that that kamatz, and it's mostly at the beginning of the word, sometimes it is in the middle of the word, that kamatz has a little bubble, let's say, instead of, let me get a whiteboard out. Hold on here, let me find the Zoom whiteboard, as they say. Where is it? Oh, it's right here, duh. Okay, whiteboard. So this is a kamatz, right? Sometimes you'll see a kamatz, whoops, sorry. Sometimes you'll see a kamatz katan where it will look like a bubble, right? Instead of this. Sometimes it will be bolded. Every Siddur is kind of a little bit different on how they do it. When that is, then the becomes an o. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly look in. I happen to have this Siddur on my desk.
So we could show.
So it's Veshabat Kodsho. And the other one on the left side is Veshabat Kodshecha. I happen to know grammatically that's what it is, but I'm looking for, it's got to be in one of the Kaddishes. Hold on.
Is it printed differently on that? Because on
Yes.
my copy, it looks the exact same.
Here, it's not in this book. That's why I don't know how this book is done. That's why I'm looking for something in the Siddur. Okay, so here it is. And sometimes it's separated. So, I got to get my camera so you could see it. Okay. Do you see here? Hold on, let me get my finger here. Do you see here this kamatz?
That yours, this Sim Shalom, Siddur Sim Shalom that you're
It
looking at?
is.
What page are you looking at?
I'm on the Slim Shalom. Open up to any Kaddish.
Okay,
All right. And the bottom
Okay.
line, the Al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. So I'm trying to get it as close to the camera as I can. So you see how this is separated, even though it looks like a kamatz,
yes.
but it's separated. That is an indication of what we call kamatz katan.
Oh,
Let me get another. Let me get my tikkun out. Hold on. Oh, I have a chumash here too. Okay, I have this chumash that you probably have in your synagogue, right?
Please, it's Chaim.
The Etz Chaim. Hold on. I'm just kind of opening up to any page. I don't really even. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I gotta look. I don't even have my glasses up here. Yeah, it's not in this. It's not in here. They don't differentiate in here because when you read, you don't really read out of here. I was trying to find my tikkun because I know my tikkun for sure has it. Oh, you know what? Hold on. me see if any of this has it. So that is something I'm throwing at you as like a here's a different, here's an exception to the rule. But as we learn the prayers, we'll learn which is which. And when we switch to a Siddur, you'll see it. Yeah, it's not on this. I happen to have a page of the Tikkun here. I don't know where my Tikkun is, but anyway. This is a good one too. Let's see. Oh, this has no Hebrew in it. Oh, well. All right, that's something totally different. Okay, so as we go through, I'll let you know what's Kamatz Katan, and we'll do that. Just because now we're going to the next page, which has a lot of them, and that's why I wanted to. And they are not even. It's so funny. They're not even saying on this page. About it, which is why I wanted to introduce it before we started reading this page, because this page has quite a bit of them. Okay, page 42. Did we learn this? The kaf. This is kaf, K-A-F, if you wanted to write it down. And this makes the same sound as the kuf, the k sound, just like our hard K. So let's do line 1 together. Ready? Ki,
E,
Okay.
K,
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 ko,
O,
ko,
Ko,
ku,
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 Ka,
ka,
Ah,
ka,
Ke,
ka.
Ka.
Okay. All right. So, Claire, we're going to start with you and know that the second word on line 2 is a Kamatz Katan.
Michal.
Mikol,
Michal.
right?
Must
So
have got
this
it wrong.
without the dot in it, it's a cha, but with the dot, it's a ka. And
Oh,
this
okay.
one is one of those. Okay.
Okay, so it's
Line,
Michal.
Sharon, line 3. There's no Kamatz Katan in line 3.
It's good. Chala.
Kala,
Yeah, chala. Lika, what? Likara,
likrat,
that runs together, okay.
that
Allah,
kuf with the kamatz, with the shva is a separator. So likrat.
Likrat, okay, forgot that part.
It's okay.
Balat, Laka, Dodi, Likrat, Bala.
Right. So those last 4 words, lecha dodi likrat kala. Right. That's part of our Friday night.
Uh-huh.
excuse me, what did you say was a separator in Likrat?
The shva under the kuf, that colon
Yeah.
under the kuf, we call that shva.
Uh-huh.
The colon is a separator. So when you go to read these big words, find those separators so you can separate them into syllables for yourself. So that second word from the end, I would separate and say likrat. Even though it's one word, it's likrat. So in order to, so it doesn't look so daunting to you to read a 5-letter word with 3 vowels, it's really just 2 syllables. So if you think of it that way, it might be easier to read them if you're trying to, separate them by those colons, the shva.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Alice, line 4.
Kavod,
Perfect. Libby, 5.
Excuse me. Kavod, kavod, malchuto.
Beautiful. Lucero, line 6.
Hamoha, hamoha,
Yes.
me, hamoha.
Right. So that's also from our from after the Shema, mi kamocha, right? Terry,
Hanukkah, Ner, Shel, Hanukkah.
right. So when we say the blessings over the candles for Hanukkah, it's so the Shabbat is Baruch Atah Hashem Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kiddushanu B'Mitzvotav Etzivanu Lehadlik Ner Shel Shabbat. The first blessing when you do the Hanukkah blessing is the same except for Ner Shel Hanukkah. Baruch Atah Hashem Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kiddushanu B'Mitzvotav Etzivanu Lehadlik Ner Shel Hanukkah.
Mhm.
So now you've learned, you know, I mean, essentially you've learned the blessing for the Hanukkah candles, right? So that's why they threw that in there, which is very cool. Okay. Claire, line 8.
he, hem, ha'enu.
Perfect. These are all phrases from either Friday night or a holiday. Sharon, line 9, sorry.
Ki, hu, yom. mm, Let's see. Hu, tila.
Yes. Lila, line. Oh, Alice, I skipped you. Alice, line 10.
Ki, hu, yom, Tehila, le mikrai, raye, le mikraye,
Lemikra, perfect.
Kodesh.
Okay, Lila, line 11. Each of those are kamatz katan, so you pronounce them O.
Mikol, mikol, ha'amim.
Perfect. Lucero, line 12.
He, Banu,
Vanu,
yeah, Banu, Baharta,
right. Terry, 13.
He Vanu, Bah, Harta, Mikol, Ha'amim.
Perfect. Okay. So in this little square here at the bottom, they're just giving you some words. The only word that's kamatz katan is kol under the kaf. So the second column over the last one down, that's a kamatz katan. And so is the bottom one on chaf, right? So I'm going to read them, but I'm going to read them going down. So under the kuf, it's likret, sorry, kadosh, kol. Under the kaf, kala, kamocha, kol. Under the chaf, chala, chamocha, kechol. Under the chet, chala, chai, yachil. Under the hay, halel, haya, Elohim. So I think those are just, you know, easy to review, and the difference between the ka and the cha is what they really want you to see, that there are two letters that say ka, 2 letters that say cha. Here they are, practice them. Okay. I don't think I put that on the recording, but that box, I think I just did through line 13.
You've
Okay.
recorded this. Did you send this to us?
No, not yet, not yet. I wasn't
okay.
gonna send you anything before we learned it. I didn't want to freak you guys
Okay.
out, okay?
I just couldn't
I just-
remember
you know
seeing
what?
it.
You know what's happened the last couple of weeks? I realized that I wasn't getting it to you till Wednesday. And I thought, well, that's not really fair. So I'm trying to record them ahead of time so that right
Okay.
after the class, I can send them to you. So even
Okay,
if I'm
thank you.
ahead of the game and I record it this week, but I send it next week, at least you'll have it. Because I want you to be able to have, you know, a full week to review. And if you're free Tuesday night and I don't send it till Wednesday morning, that's not fair to you. So I'm trying to up my game on there. So, okay. It's 8:05. Do we want to go on to the Shin Sin, or have we learned a lot for today?
I can go on.
Why not?
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Right, okay, that's okay. Page 43. So the difference between the Shin and the Sin is just where the dot is, right?
Right.
I don't have a good mnemonic as to like how to remember which is which. So if you come up with one, let me know. So the Shin's on the right, the Sin is on the left.
Okay.
So, and these are they're showing you here good phrases with both of them. So, let's start with,
Can I go first?
of course, Alice, you're line 1. Go ahead. Okay, line 1.
Israel, Israel, Israel.
Now do line 1, Alice.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm looking at 2. Oh, gosh, okay. Shema, Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, see, that was easy too. All right, Libby, line 3.
Line 3. Oh, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Beautiful. All right. Now, you know, in the Siddur, they put Yud Hey Vav Hey as the, let me find the Shema here. I can't believe I don't have my glasses with me, but that's okay. Okay. So in the Siddur, and again, I have to kind of figure out, okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Adonai is Yud Hey Vav Hey. That word, Yud Hey Vav Hey, we never ever pronounce. We never try to sound that out. It's Adonai. Okay. And in the Torah, sometimes you have Yud Hey Vav Hey, one in front of the other, like twice. And again, you don't have to remember this. I'm just telling you this as like, you know, a fun fact. If you see Yud Hey Vav Hey twice, it's Adonai. It's Adonai Elohim. So sometimes in the Torah, it'll be there twice, but we don't pronounce Adonai Adonai. It's Adonai Elohim.
Oh.
So that's just a fun fact, but you don't have to remember that.
Okay.
Why is it that you shouldn't pronounce it?
Yud Hey Vav Hey is it is Hashem's name, and we're not supposed to take his name in vain, even if we're praying. So it is like it's common practice not to.
I didn't know the rationale. I see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you should ask your rabbi because he probably has a better answer than I do. I just was always brought up that we just don't say it because it's his name and it's not to be uttered. It's so sacred and so holy that it's not to be uttered. I did hear a Dvar Torah one time from a rabbi who said that if you try and pronounce it, it's just like releasing breath, right? So if you try to pronounce Yud Hey Vav Hey, you're releasing breath. And you know, whenever you think of Hashem, you should be able to breathe, and you should be able to, you know, lay comfort in God's arms, etc., etc. It was a very comforting sermon. I don't remember what it was for or what the whole point of it was, but that was part of it. So but I was shocked when he was like pronouncing it, and I was like, oh my God, like, you know, is the ceiling going to fall in any second? Because when I grew up, you were not, you know, it's very, very holy and sacred not to say it. So, but ask your rabbi, and you might have a better answer than I do, and you probably will, because I'm not a rabbi. So,
I was brought up with the same, you never
Yeah.
pronounce it, his
Right.
name ever.
Right. So, okay, Lucero, line 4.
Israel. Huh.
Okay, now we're gonna go down
Oh,
5.
they pronounce different. Hey, no?
Am
Like,
Yisrael Chai,
Nice.
oh, hi.
right? When you have the ah with a yud next to it, you
Uh-huh.
pronounce that I,
Hi, okay.
Chai, right? Okay. So we're gonna go quickly through these. Some of them are short, some of them are long, but it's like lines 5 to 20, but it's a few words each one. Terry, line 5.
Not the above, okay.
No, you don't have to say Kadesh and Asa. They're just showing
Okay.
you, like, they're trying to give you words at the top so that you'll know how it's pronounced, but
Okay,
you don't know the words, so I don't think it really matters. But the right side is the sh, and if you want to write this in your book, the right side is sh, the left side is s.
Okay.
All right, line
Kadosh.
5. Mhm.
Kadosh, HaKadosh, Baruch, Hu.
Perfect, Claire, 6.
Shabbat, Shavat, Kodesh.
Sharon, 7.
Shabbat. Let's see, Kadesh.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna stop you,
No,
I'm sorry.
Kadesh. Okay,
Both kamatzes in here are kamatz katan, both on the second word and the fourth word. So I apologize.
so
So you're gonna, it's gonna be o
that is-
instead of ah for both of the second word and the fourth word.
say that again.
That's okay. The
Okay,
first
okay.
vowel in the second word and the fourth word are pronounced o, not ah, because it's what we call a kamatz katan. So I don't know if you want to highlight it on your sheet or circle it or whatever.
Okay.
How do you pronounce it?
Show.
Right, Shabbat code show,
Code show. Code show.
code show.
Code show. Okay. All right. Shabbat code show. Shabbat code show.
Code shecha.
Check. I am
Yeah.
having problems with those. Okay.
That's okay, that's okay.
Okay. Code Sheka. Okay.
Perfect.
Can you go
Al-
over the Kamas again?
Kamatz katan.
Yes, Kamas Katan. Can you
Right.
go over?
That is, and again, it's grammatical. Most Sidurim are going to have it either separated, where the top is separated from the bottom, or it's going to be bolded, or the stem of the kamatz is going to be impregnated like a bubble, but it will be different than it will be different than your regular kamatz to indicate it's a kamatz katan.
Okay, and this isn't really folded or bubbled.
No, in this
or
book,
going
it
on
doesn't do it.
screen.
And as a matter of fact, I was looking at Yeah, it's not even in there. I was looking at, there's the Kiddush is on page 45 and I was perusing it before our class. They don't even do it on there. So I'm not exactly sure. And I'm going to read through the whole rest of the book before our next class to see where they teach it. If they do teach it, I hope they teach it. Because there's a bunch of, at the end of the book, there's like, it's mostly like practicing reading, but they flurry in here and there a couple of things. So I'm going to peruse the book before next week to see when they teach it. But I thought we're learning pieces of the Kiddush and I don't want you to learn them wrong. You know, the Kiddush, the Kaddish, those things that we really want to learn how to say, and I don't want you to learn them wrong. So I wanted to teach it to you today. That was a big note in my on my plan for today, is to make sure I taught that.
Mikrai Kodesh,
Where are we?
you said to do 8.
Yes, perfect. Okay, Libby, line 9. Perfect.
Makadesh Hashabbat Vayikadesh Oto.
Perfect. Lucero, line 10.
Mikat, Mikashe, Shmecha.
Yes, Mekadeshe Shemecha. Terry, 11.
Hashenu. Mis. Botecha.
Perfect. You remembered. Okay. You remember that when you have a Shiva, and then you have what might look like the Vav vowel, whether it's an U or an O, it's actually the Vav and the vowel. It's a very specific exception. But it's in the word mitzvotecha and mitzvah and all of that, b'mitzvotav. So it's something we read quite a bit. So it's an exception that's important to know. But you remembered. I'm so glad, Terry. Claire, line 12.
Kiddushanu mitzvotanu.
Right. So that's the same exception. B'mitzvotav.
Mitzvotan.
Right. Okay. Sharon, I'm going to give you 13 and 14 because 13 is so easy.
Kiddush. Got Kiddush. Okay. Lema'ashet.
Seh. This is where we change over to the seh. So maybe I shouldn't have given you
Oh,
those two lines. It's too
okay.
confusing.
Lema'aset. Vara. Sheet.
Right. So the last letter of that first word is a hey. I don't know if it's printed in your book and it, you know, because of the over Xeroxing, if it looks like a hey or a taf, but that's a hey. So it's le ma'aseh vereshit, like bereshit, but with the vet. So it's pronounced vereshit. Okay. Alice, 15.
Malacheto. Malacheto. Malacheto.
Right. So remember I said we try to let's try to parse them by those. So if you kind of put your finger over the last two letters and pronounce melach, and then pick up your finger, toe. It's a hard one.
Malacheto.
Perfect.
Malacheto. I'm confused as to where the syllable ends and starts.
The syllable ends after the shva, after the colon. So you actually have me, la, me. You have two syllables there. Me, lach, 3 syllables. Me, lach, to.
Got it. Malachto, asher, asher, asah.
Beautiful. No, asa was perfect.
Asa.
Perfect.
Okay,
Good? Okay.
thank you.
Libby, 16.
Deshet Yamin Asa Adonai.
Yep. Lucero, 17.
Asher bara Eloheinu la laesot.
La'asot, right. And that third one is
Oh,
Elohim.
laasot, okay.
And you got it, La'asot. Perfect. Terry, 18.
La'asot et Hashabbat.
Okay, Claire, 19.
Le'at na'asa.
Right. Le'et
La'et
na'asa. Right? Okay.
na'et
Sharon, finish it up, line 20.
Shalom, asnu, ha'aratzon, ratzot.
Right. Shelo asanu ha'aratzot. Perfect. All right, we're going to stop there. We're not going to learn another letter.
May I ask a question, please?
Of course.
On line 11 and 12, I didn't follow what the exception was.
Okay. So the second word on both of those, when you have the shva, the colon, and we have two vowels that are the vav, right? The vav can be either a vav or an o vowel or an u vowel. Whenever you have the shva with the vav vowel, it's actually vav and the vowel. That's the exception. So it would be line 11 is kadshenu b'mitzvotav. I'm sorry. Line 11 is kadshenu b'mitzvotecha. And line 12 is kiddushanu b'mitzvotav.
And how would you pronounce it if the schwa wasn't there?
B'mitzotav. Because that would be just a vowel.
So say them both.
So I'm going to do the second word on line 12 both ways. The
Okay.
way that it's written is b'mitzvotav. If there was no shva, it would be b'mitzotav.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So the exception is when you have the colon or the shva with a vav vowel
Mhm.
that you pronounce the vav and the vowel. It does a double duty, so to speak.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so we did up to page 43. Let me look quickly at my recordings. I have 43. That's perfect. I'm just going to make sure that line 7 is right. And any questions? I know we covered a lot today. We learned the difference between shin and sin. We learned kaf and we learned chet. So that little box on the bottom of 42 is a good one to practice the different kaz and chaz to see. So if you go to that box on the bottom of 42, I see Claire, give me a second. If you go to the box at the bottom of 42, the column all the way to the right is ka. The next one over is ka. The next one over is cha. The next one over is cha. And the last one on the left is ha. Just like hat. So that's a good one to kind of go back and forth to see the difference between those letters. Okay, Claire, sorry, you had a question.
No, that's okay. I have problem that when I'm reading to myself, I think I know it. When it comes out, I get stumble on it's for me, it's a very hard language. And it's not like I haven't gone to shul and cried. It's just such a hard thing for me to pick up at.
Of course. So I would tape, what I would do is I would tape yourself. I would tape yourself and play it back to yourself. I would tape a line at a time, go back
What a
and
good
listen to
idea.
it and say, oh, I pronounced that wrong. Okay, and let me keep going. So, and I'll give you a for example, right? I'm reading Torah next Shabbos at my shul.
Okay.
And I actually, go over it over and over and over again. And once I think I have it, I record myself because, in the Torah, you read without vowels and without anything. So
Right.
I do it with the vowels, then I do it without the vowels. When I get the without the vowels, I actually record myself and I listen to it looking at the side with all the vowels to make sure I got the pronunciations right. So.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because that's where I stumble. It comes out, it doesn't come out the way I'm thinking it should come out.
Right. And it takes practice. There's a lot, if you thumb through the rest of the book, we do have a few letters to go, but a lot of it, like starting in page 47, we're just learning phrases from the Shema. We're learning, page 51, Lecha Dodi. Like we're just starting to read prayers. Page 53 is the Kaddish, which we all wanted to learn, so we're just learning different things and different phrases from the prayer book so that we can say them. So some of the ones you're going to recognize, right? So I try to point out the ones that you might recognize as we go through them, so that you can practice those, so that when you do get to the Siddur, you go, oh yeah, I've seen this before, right? So as much as we're going to do this in the book, we're going to pull out, at the end of class, we're going to pull out our own Siddurim, ones you have at home or whatever, and look those things up in the Siddur. We'll look up Lecha Dodi, we'll look up Kiddush, we'll look those up so that you can read them with the font that you're used to reading, at shul, as opposed to this font in the book, from a book that's been Xeroxed, 45 times, it might not be so clear. But we'll get
But
there.
it's so big.
Right. We'll get there.
Thank you.
Is it safe to say that the chet and the chaf are pronounced the same way? They make the
Yes.
same sound?
Yes. And the same with the kuf and the kaf.
Okay.
And I think that's why they give you that little chart at the bottom of 42. So that you know that the first two are pronounced the same, the second two are pronounced the same, and the one all the way to the left is actually a hey. Right? Because we get confused sometimes between the chet and the hey, because they are so similar.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Lymor. Wonderful class.
I'm gonna send you the recordings now because I have them now. Yay. And any questions, call me during the week or email me during the week. I literally got home today after not being home for 10 days. So I
my
threw a load in the laundry and came up here to do this. I did sit on the couch and relax for like an hour before I did all that. And now I'm gonna go see my son, and he brought me some dinner, some pizza for dinner, because I did break the Passover, but it was so late last night that dinner was still Pesach for me, because I ate early. So what did I even have today? Oh, I had some chips today. But other than that, I really didn't have anything. I need to feel like I broke Passover. So I told my son to go get pizza.
Our house, that's how we used to
Party.
Enjoy it.
enjoy it.
Exactly. All right. Have a great week. I'll
Bye.
see you next week,
Thank you.
everyone.